Good morning, Trade the Markets. Let me know if you can hear me. Hopefully the audio is loud and clear. If not, let me know. I don't want to be in silence. Perfect. Okay. I'm just going to let people come in a little bit. All right. Everyone's getting in. Just going to give everyone a couple more minutes. Okay, my good friends, let's get this show on the road. So first of all, I want to start by saying hello. I'm back. And on this screen, you can see what your by far favorite Fintech CEO had been up to while I was away at our compound in beautiful North Lake Tahoe, which I believe is like the Lake Como of the United States. For me, it's fun to show you the two sides of your favorite CEO. You know, I'm not just like sitting at the desk always looking at charts and things like that. Um, so 54 years old, but I'm still able to catch a little bit of air. So that's what I want you guys to kind of see what I do behind the scenes a little bit, because in life, it can't be just all charts and numbers and things like that. I'm a family man, 3 children, love to be outside of the desk. That's just who I am. And the reason I'm bringing this up, because believe it or not, this duality is an important component of successful trading. Because if you're constantly only focused on the gains or the chart patterns, what you don't realize is that you lose track of what actually puts you in the state of mind to find the new opportunities and take advantage of them. And I'm showing you this, like me getting out there and recreating, hitting some wake and catching some air. It creates the mental space that allows me to be a creative CEO, lead trade ideas, and create technology, which I'm going to demonstrate. And I got some pretty important news today to share with you all. So, all right, I'm turning off this screen. Again, just a little bit of fun, nothing more. It's July. And thanks to all of you, I want to tell you guys that we're having one of the best months that we've had in probably 2 years. You guys are really supporting us and believing in our technology, and I'm so grateful for that, because, you know, I work really hard, and so does the rest of the team. Believe me, it's not me. And many have asked the question of, Dan, you know, you're trying to release the money machine. I'm going to be talking a lot about today because, again, I have some important news there. Why is it taking so long? Why can't you just get it out there? Come on, you've been talking and talking and talking and talking a bunch of shit. Hurry up. Give me the machine. So I want to remind everyone a couple of things. Number one, money machine on the surface, you've seen it do what it's doing. I've shown you what it's doing, and I'm actually going to turn it on right now so you guys can see it. So I'm going to show you money machine settings. I'm going to be trading 7 positions. This is in sim mode, not in e-trade mode, because I'm doing some stuff with my account. So today it's sim, but it's actually very important. I'll get to why in a second. So I'm going to do minimum of $1, maximum of $20. I'm going to say long market, and I'm going to use TradeWave, save profile, save, and I'm going to start it. Boom. Okay. Let's take a look at what's going on. I think I know what I did wrong. Stop. Bad money machine. MM3. I'm an MM1. Sorry. 127. Save profile. Okay. MM1. Start. This is all going to be dialed in. But what I want to show you guys is that from what I understand, from what the development team has told me, we are getting the build, I believe today, that we're going to do the last bit of testing. Everything should be working now. And this looks like it is ready for release. I just said it. And what I mean by ready for release, I want to completely, dial that in with all of you. What does that mean? So this version that's coming out first is going to be available in the premium trade ideas. And it is going to allow you to do what I'm doing here. It is a simulated mode of trading. Why? Because listen, before you play a new golf course, you better get on the range and see how you feel. We have had some crazy, I'm just going to say it, okay? And bear with me and don't get upset. We've had some crazy mofos. They're like, I want the money machine now. I need it to make money. Like, you guys, if you, okay, let me, the lesson I learned after coming back from vacation and getting a dial in of the crazy, okay, is this. First of all, if you believe that the money machine will only make you money, please do not purchase the money machine. I'm just telling you, because, well, it's going to be painful for everyone to hear this, but if you believe that you're only going to make money, you should be nowhere near trading. You're an idiot. Not you guys, but there's somebody here who's listening who's like, wait a minute, but I thought that it just makes money. There are strange people out there that believe that there is a goose that laid the golden egg. And what we have created is an automated momentum detection trading system that is the next generation of technology for all self-directed investors. I am 100% convinced, and you can profit immensely from it. But there will be days when it doesn't make money. There will be days where momentum shifts, like as soon as you get in, like all of a sudden something happens and you're going to get stopped. Iris and everybody else, I'll answer these questions. So listen, okay, what really is the money machine? Okay, well, the money machine, let's be serious. It's an automated entry and risk management system. And let me show you what it does. I'm going to speed it up. First of all, I'm going to tell you what's kind of cool about why it's basically ready to go. And hopefully everyone will be able to see that. So let's go into these positions. So you can see you've got, so on every one of these positions, And I'm going to I'm using the trade wave in this particular case. I'm going to turn it on. And I'm going to show you what's so cool about this stuff. Okay. So you guys know how the trade wave works. Okay. We've entered right here. Obviously, again, when I turned it on, I didn't turn it on in the morning. I turned it on when everybody came into the room. And notice the exit is below the trade wave. That's how this works. Okay. Gabrielle, everybody, I'm going to be answering everyone's questions, so just bear in mind. I want to show you where we're at. First of all, again, notice now your entry goes right to the candle that you got into. And again, I want you to be able to see, like, what we've been working on is this stop technology so that you understand why you're exiting. Okay, if you exit, which by the way happens. Okay, so let's go through some of these. Boom, same thing here. You'll see it. So we got in right here and see, like, it's the bottom of the trade wave that's the risk management. So if it pulls back below, that is your exit. And again, I'm in $5,000 in simulated mode of all of this. So you can see, like, what this is. I mean, what you can risk, roughly speaking. And profit targets are already in. Same thing here. We got in here. This is the low end of the trade wave. Notice the yellow, your stop, goes right to the end of the wave. You know, there's just so much to this technology, guys, that's why it takes longer. When you want to come up with great stuff, it takes longer. But I'm going to show you some cool things. So here we go. One more time. So here I am, 167 exit right here. And notice, again, I turned this on arguably at the hardest time. And I'm not saying that today is a great day or a good day, but I'm showing you what I've showed you before. And I'm trying to tell you that this is basically out the door. The stops now work. We've been testing the shit out of, like, so part of it, what's taking so long is testing the stops. Okay. We want these stops to work. And obviously, you've seen me trade this live in E-Trade. So you know that the entries to get in work. But doing stops with real brokerage systems is a much more complicated thing on the server side. And when you're trying to do revolutionary tech, you guys, it can take time. Okay. It can take time. So the cool thing that I'm showing you here is we have gotten this now to where we are, from what development has told me yesterday, and I was on in a private session with them for like 2.5 hours catching up. But they're like, okay, Dan, this mofo's out the door. And obviously there's going to be just a couple more things, but you guys better, like, it's time to get excited because this is ready. And the whole thing that I really wanted to demonstrate, and I'm going to do this right now with this one right here. Okay, RYET, we got in, we're down $82. My stop is 115, but let's say I get out right here. I'm doing a little speed up. Okay, I'm just doing a little bit of speed up where I'm exiting. So let's pretend that this was stopped. Boom. Do you notice that instantly a new stock came in? Just got into this. Okay, so this is me showing you what the money machine does in fast mode, right? As soon as you exit a position, it uses the momentum generator to put you back into another one. So you're constantly in the top momentum moves. That is the idea. We've talked about this forever. And not every day is perfect for this. And that is why we combined the money machine with the trade wave. And, you know, like right now we're doing pretty good. But if I right click right here, say clear, come on. What happened? There we go. Okay. So I restarted the market pulse to kind of, you know, see where we are, and we're in a relatively positive, bullish environment. So, you know, this is part of what you can expect, but you've seen the down days too. Jennifer asked, so Dan, when is the money machine coming up? So from what I understand, the beta where we will be releasing this should be out Friday or Monday. There's going to be a huge email campaign to everyone to let you know that it is out in sim mode, it is ready. And the next thing will be, it's going to go on to the web-based version so that you can trade the money machine on the web too without even a download. And then I think the hope is, because again, all the tech is already there, but if it works the way we anticipated, the real live trading probably right at the beginning of August, which is really just, it's the same version. We'll just turn on the brokerage components of it. And again, you've seen me trade live on E-Trade. You've seen that I have done it. But remember that part of what makes, at least in my opinion, the Trade Ideas team so cool is that, you know, we risk our own money to do this. We're not like some marketing company. We have no VC. We are doing everything ourselves. The R&D is done by us. I use my own account to trade. I try to feel this the exact same way as you. And guess what? I'm going to show you something real quick. Okay. So this is our, I'm going to size it so you can see it better because I'm on a different monitor where I'm showing you this. Bear with me here, folks. Okay. So here I am. I'm on our premium AI signal generator. Okay, let me just show you real quick what that looks like. So here, for example, we had a buy signal for BE at 27.95, and here it goes, up 4%, up 3%, up 2%. I mean, this thing was up from 1, it went all the way here, it's pulled back, and this one's negative. But notice we get you out right here, very tight stops. So we've been working on all of this. I don't know why Barry's Debbie Downer on it. He shouldn't be. But, you know, Barry's got his own opinions and he's entitled to them. I appreciate you letting me know. You know, again, Barry trades his own way and he may just not be mentally, you know, ready for what the money machine is doing. It's not for everyone. Let's just be honest. But the reason I'm bringing up the AI in here, and by the way, okay, I just want to show you guys something. Okay, this is so important. Okay, so BMR 16. This is on the first, runs up to 150. The money machine will have the Trade Ideas Holly signals as trading strategies. That's what we have been working on. IQ, I know you're kidding. Listen, we love Barry. Barry's great, but like everything else, you know, I'm trying to figure out like what is a good metaphor for it, and here's what I will say about this. You know, there are people whose personalities are dialed in for one thing, but not for something else. You know, there's people that love jazz, and then there's people who love Metallica. And often they're not in the same, Jennifer, I know. But listen, when Trump buys Canada, Barry will have to like him. you guys, can I tell you something beautiful about all of this? I like Barry. Okay, Barry's great, and he does a lot of incredibly good work on the support side, and he's very knowledgeable in the market. And just because a lot of us in Trade Ideas are total Make America Great Again team and management, we don't disparage. Barry's entitled to his opinion of not liking Trump, and so is anyone else. IQ, I'm teasing, right? But when he does buy Canada, then, we'll joke about it afterwards. Yeah, Chris, I was saying the same thing. Yeah, and Pepe, I agree. Like, I'm not in the room, but you hear me. I love Barry. Nothing wrong with having opinions. Nothing wrong at all. And, even I myself have gone up and down. I'm like, I've been wanting this thing to be out for a long time, but then a server thing happens and it takes longer. Things like that take place. So again, we tease on politics. We don't talk politics. Let's just be clear. It's just, some fun. But the reason I'm bringing this up right here, okay, is that what we are working on is the money machine to be the full automated trading arm of every component of Trade Ideas. So a lot of underneath here is getting redone so that when you see these trades come in, they will be an option, okay, here. What did I just do? So like, see how it says strategy, explosive movers, traditional. You will see something like Holly AI longs, or AI longs this week. So this is part of the stuff that we're trying to bring to the table, where we're combining all of this, okay? Combining it all so that you're not only trading the money, so the money machine is not simply just some subset, but simply a methodology to trade any momentum-based strategy. So that, again, and remember, we're love Barry once again. You guys, I am big fan of Barry. We had a little discussion over here, and sometimes it's good to talk a little bullshit. I like it. It's all fun. But again, let's focus on the task at hand. And the task at hand is that we're getting right about the time to release this. I'm showing you what you can expect. I'm showing you how this all works. I turn it on at 9 o'clock, which Pacific time, which is one of the more difficult times to turn on the system and profit, because the most moment, there's a thing in the stock market, it's called the smile curve, where most of the momentum is in the beginning of the day and at the very end of the day. And we are right in the middle of the day, where it's arguably the trickiest, okay? So IQ, again, IQ brings up an interesting point. I'm just going to share with you guys. That we, as I've said, we've been working on this server tech of Trade Ideas underneath, and we are really in a full redo of our technology. And the very last part of that redo is the front end. We're migrating all of Trade Ideas Pro that you see here to a new set of tech that is going to be just, again, lightning fast, can work on a Mac, can be a download, but also just a browser-based product. And there's going to be just one interface, but it combines it all. And that is where, development is focused on. We've finished the money machine tech. Now and we've been testing it, and we want to release it. And again, the thing that I love showing everyone is just, you see that I can't fake this, right? And it's not a huge percent return, but you can see what's going on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6 out of 7 positive trades, from a random turn on at, 9 a.m. Pacific time is a pretty compelling piece of tech when the market's kind of like, just sort of sideways. So it's telling you that we can select the momentum, and the way that we're choosing our entries and exits, right here, I wanted to show you so that you understand where the exits are. Notice that we are combining, again, these multifaceted tools like the trade wave and the money machine together, so that you're entering and exiting based on expectations that you yourself understand. So yeah, Jennifer and everybody else, we get it. Technology, especially like server-side technology, is a lot more complicated than most people think. So what I wanted to make sure today is to tell you that we are in that mode where, again, one of the next features of the money machine that we're bringing sort of back into it, believe it or not, is that like right now, I'm in this one, I'm not in this one. Where am I? I'm not in this one. Sorry, I'm not in this one. I'm not in this one. I'm not in this one, and I'm not in this one. You can see what I'm in. I'm in this, 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 and this. And we're working on a mode where you can, again, it's a lot of turnover in this mode, but you're always going to be in these, like in the top 5, just constantly working it. And again, this is not for everyone, but this is sort of like what we call the advanced downhill maneuver. When you have free trading, what you're doing is you're just losing the spread. But the idea is that if one of these momentum guys really starts to go and does like what one of the, let me just go back to this right here. The whole game, arguably, right, is being in here and going from here to here. And you have to tune it in to always be in that one that's going. And that's what I'm trying to make sure that that mode is available for you, because ultimately that is the prize. Being in BMNR at the right time. And again, like, look at the volatility here. You are talking about surfing tsunami type stuff. Okay, this is tsunami type stuff. You can't paddle into a tidal wave. You really almost can't even be jet towed into a tidal wave. But the volatility is there. And the beauty is that, like when you see something like this is where I like, again, to have a little fun and just see what happens. Did I even buy? I think so. Okay. M1. There I am. Okay, here we go. So, let me just show you something too. When you move this, see right here, you got that stop. Obviously, on a stock like this, I mean, 5 points, kind of like you want 5 points to try to catch the 30 points. So I'm just kind of, Jennifer, IBKR will work. It's a little bit different than E-Trade and Alpaca. TradeStation is already being worked on, so to speak. Like we've been hot and heavy with them because they see the volume we've kind of showed them. For this thing. By the way, this thing, remember you guys, I caught this thing from 1 to 9 in one day. Keep an eye on this. This is an interesting one. I'm not in it right now, but showing you. And by the way, I mean, come on. fellas, ladies, it's not like the part of what I think really makes this so compelling is that what the money machine ultimately does that people have a hard time doing is pressing the trigger and getting you in and getting you out. And there's an interesting component to like where you can even set the stops potentially lower. And one of the things that we're working on, and just again, hear me out because I want to make sure you guys understand that there's so much to it. Stops aren't just a component of mathematics and percentages and saying, okay, 3%. We're creating an equation of a time component. So like, for example, if I'm going to stop, like let's just say GCI, I'm just giving you an example, right? I get in it and I'm down. And if I have not made money in 15 minutes, potentially one of the modes will be it'll exit, and once it exits, the money machine automatically then gets you into the new one. Jennifer, the beta is not available yet. This is what we are working on right now to get it ready. This is the next huge thing is the new beta release with the money machine available to every premium subscriber. This is what we are super focused on right now. And what I'm saying is I'm showing you guys that it's there. I'm testing this. This live stream is part of the live stream experience that I try to bring to you guys. And I'm so grateful that everybody here comes here and spends an hour with me on Wednesdays. And again, I love this. This is something, I feel that I'm a decent public speaker and I communicate well. And I love showcasing the innovation to everyone where I don't have any props that are like, oh, okay, let's show them this. Like, this isn't a PowerPoint, right? If this shit wasn't working, by shit, I mean very cool stuff, you would see it in the P&L. That's what I love. What I love is being able to come here, okay, put this stuff on and have you guys see, like, he's not faking it. He can't fake it because he turned it on when we were working together. And by the way, one of the things that I'm showing you, right, is that with BMR, okay, notice that here I just happen to have done some discretionary trading, and this discretionary trading is in the money machine portfolio. You can do both. Glenn, I don't have come on, I'm not at the alpaca phone number level. Come on, you guys, I'm the CEO. But I'm sure somebody at Trade Ideas can help with that. That's weird. So, Glenn, that's a good. Well, I'm glad that you're letting us know. That's odd. I will say that. That is odd. But yeah, let our support know. We may be able to chat with them and see what's going on. I mean, our alpaca account is working. We're live testing it, just like you see with E-Trade. One of our other partners does the money machine on alpaca. So we run it through the paces. I can't exactly tell you why it's not returning your calls. Okay, so let's go back to just another example here. GCI, it's negative. And again, I'm doing this, you guys, strictly for demonstration purposes. Right now, this percentage, 0.74, it's not at the exit level. Okay. So I wouldn't really be exiting this per se, but I'm going to. And what I'm trying to demonstrate here is what the money machine then does in speed up mode. So you saw we exited GCI, took our 30-cent loss, and boom, instantly we're in a different stock. So this is the sped up component, the sped up version of what's going on. Please, guys, on this live stream, regardless of your opinions and whatever, this is not for bickering or bashing or anything. This is technology oriented. Please keep the personal stuff dialed in. I try to be super cool and open too, and I joke about it. You know, like again, love Barry, but that topic is over. So let's just chill, okay? IQ, thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm just trying to demonstrate to you guys once again, over and over again. You've been watching me do this for a while. And when you first started, you know, one of the things we're working on is we want to dial the stop loss, like, you know, so it's pointing to you to where it's going to be. The entry is pointing at the candle. There's so many things that are happening here that are so compelling and different from the traditional order entry process that most broker dealers put you through. And this is why this has taken longer. Three sharks, absolutely not. The money machine is not like, hey, I'm gonna go play 18, you trade for me. No, no, no. Okay. What it is a little bit more like is Chat GPT. So for example, if you go to Chat GPT or GROV and you sit there and you do nothing, it's going to do nothing. But you can prompt it by saying, hey, Chat GPT, I want to reply to this customer who is confused about this part of my technology, and you explain to it, and then it will reply or give you a starting point to reply. That is a little bit of what this is, okay? This is a prompt. Hey, money machine, can you trade explosive movers for me? And I want these movers to be the ones that are moving a lot over the last 10 minutes because I want to catch the rebounders. And my personal settings are such that I want to be in about 7 trades. I want you to look at the top 14. You know, obviously you guys know that this minimum and maximum is off because, you know, I haven't adjusted it, but my minimum price is this, my maximum price is that, and I'm going to put in. So this is basically a Chat GPT prompt. Okay. And we're improving this quite a bit for when it comes out there, because again, I'm not a big fan of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 choices. But again, that's the stuff that we're working on behind the scenes. But what I'm trying to say is that the money machine is kind of like a Chat GPT or a GROV prompt that says, trade big momentum movers for me with risk management built in. This is what you're seeing right here. Everything that I'm doing, okay, here I am. See, risk management is built in. And that risk management can include profit targets and everything else. Like in fact, this one should already be, let me see if I can see right there. Like, see what I just did? So now, the way this works, I will be guaranteed at least 100 out of this 168. And this is a setting. I just didn't put this setting into the demo. But what I'm saying is that this is all part of the technology. So David, great question, and we will 100% put this out, but let's remember for a second, and this is the beauty here, okay? Number one, the version of the money machine that's going to be out maybe Friday or Monday, which is going to be in a beta release that we have that has the money machine available for people, it is in sim mode. Sim mode is the range, and the idea here is we want you to go wild, and we will have a best practices component to it. But experiment at a very aggressive level, because in sim mode is where you get the feel. See, like this right here, what I'm doing here, this is what made me comfortable enough to trade this for all of you in E-Trade, because I've been experiencing this. I'm like, okay, I know that I can be up 250 or, or 400 or down, by the way, also down too. All of that happens. And it's through that repetition that allows me to kind of create my own best practices. And what I want to say there, David, is every single person who experiences the money machine, the best practices component is a fingerprint. There are no two people that should trade it the same, because everybody's got a slightly different risk tolerance and account size. And again, there are people with $100,000 accounts that don't like to lose more than $200 in a trade. And there are people with $35,000 accounts that are like, I can handle losing 700, okay? So everything that you are going to experience when we launch this in sim mode, like I really suggest, okay, that when you start, I want to say this in, the super CEO way, sim the shit out of it. Go hardcore so that you can build your expectation, because the sim reps are your reps as well, okay? I became a much better trader by putting on tons and tons and tons of sim trades. It is the same reason that professional golfers spend a lot of time on the range with coaches, because what they do is they hone their skills, but not to where, like, again, imagine if you're a professional golfer and every time you're trying to get better, you play 18 holes. Well, when you're playing is not when you get better. Playing is when you score. But you get better on the range because you work on your technique. Simulated trading is the same way. Simulated trading is where you work on your technique of entries and risk management, so that when you go live, you have a totally different perspective and knowledge base of how you would approach it. So I'm suggesting, do not rush into live trading unless you probably, let's talk about how many trades have I put on today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 here and probably 11 in an hour, right? And I'm watching this. So like, you should be like, I would not be comfortable going live unless I put in about 500 trades. So that I build my expectations, so that I build my range work. Am I a slicer? Am I a hooker? Do I top the ball? Do I hit behind the ball? And I'm using golf as a metaphor because it's so similar in terms of its nuance and the fact that there are aspects to the game that in order to get the ball into the hole, you have to drive, you have to 3-wood, you have to use mid-irons, wedges, and then finally a putter. This is the same thing. This is why the Masters is on our homepage, you guys. Is because trading and golf are so similar. You have to initiate the trade. You have to spend time in the trade. You have to manage the risk of the trade. Then you have to maybe exit and then re-enter. And most people just do not have the mental to be able to understand the multifaceted nature of all of this. And if you don't, you're selling yourself short. Trading is a lifestyle. Yes, it's a lifestyle. You approach trading like you approach any business where you want to succeed. When you sit down at a poker table, okay, in Vegas. You don't fucking go all in on the first hand. But that is for some reason what everybody in trading does. Like they come in, they open their account, they're like, here's my 35 grand. I need to make 60 grand this month. That is the metaphorical version of sitting down in Vegas, getting your hands and going all in. It can work like once, but you will be out very quickly. So Ritman has a good question. The initial version of the money machine that's in TI Pro, the initial one, has like several bullish and bearish strategies, but eventually, in the next version of the beta, you will be able to basically not just do the strategies that are, that are here. You will be able to like use an alert window, like anything, like again, what you see in trade ideas, whether it's you will be able to build your own. But we're starting with things that we give you because here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, remember, you can already, so right here, right? So even though my minimums are 0, right? But you can say 50, 500, 1, 15. You can already dial this in. So you have a lot of configurability already. But we know what works and what doesn't work, okay? And so we've already done kind of like the best practices for you. So from that point of view, the best practices part is what we are trying to do, where we're saying, hey, we've got a really good starting point for you, and very quickly you will be able to use your own. Yeah, 3 sharp. I knew what you meant about golf. Yeah. Okay, so one more example here. I'm going to take these two, and again, typically we do something around the 3%, right? But remember, I told you there's a nuance component to it. And the nuance component to it is time. And you will be able to control this. Like basically, imagine saying like, you don't want to be in any losers. That's sort of a way that, we envision potentially doing something like that. Here we go, boom, boom, boom. And you're back in something different. With the cost of commission being 0, we are really focused on the science of just being in the profitable trades only and not really wasting any opportunity cost. I appreciate what Chris is saying. Listen, guys, this live stream is a great opportunity for myself to communicate with my customer base, and some of you are not customers. I hope you will be. Showcase our incredible technology, but we are not here to disparage anyone, even people that we disagree with. Okay, that is not what we're about at Trade Ideas. We have a broad range of opinions and perspectives inside the company, and we encourage it. I'll be honest with you guys. I had a really cool experience yesterday, and I'm just going to share this because it really is so eye-opening, in my opinion. I'm going to see, hold on, let me see if it's happened already or not. Bear with me for 1 second here. Okay, so we just changed the homepage. Okay. And I want to tell you who helped me see something that I had never seen before. 3 15-year-old girls, my daughter and her friends who were swimming. And as a result of that, this is what you see now. And I really love this in a lot of ways, because one of the first things that they helped me see that I just simply missed, because sometimes when you're a CEO, you miss some of the obvious things. Like now, when you're talking to our GPT and you ask it a question, it no longer covers up the momentum race view. So, new homepage from 3 15-year-old ladies. I mean, how cool is that? And it's simply, what I'm sharing is, it's because they are able to help us see some things that we, as some older gentlemen, had never seen quite the same exact way before. And now, as a result of it, I feel like we're communicating way better. So I want to just share the fact that that's part of how we innovate, you know? We learn in a way that I think is very untraditional, but very good for our subscribers. And, going back, this, like, part of what makes premium so good is that you will, with the money machine and the way it's structured, will now be able to access all of these trades right here, right? And be in them in the same way that I am in the ones that I've shown you. Because look at these moves, look at these percentages. And I just want to make sure that when I'm demonstrating this, you guys see that, look at, this isn't just like 5 years ago. Like, this one happened on the 1st, 16, 9, 30th. And we're talking about, just 8 days ago, 300%. And this BMR is what spurred me into the other one. And it was up like, had gone up to 150. Life-changing things. This is what Trade Ideas is about. And look at these percentages. I think people really underestimate the power of the way that our software studies and learns what it's doing, and how we're working so hard to combine this with the money machine. And by the way, look, this BMR, the one that I thought would have the most gas, it's not doing that much. Look at what's working. Same stuff that I literally got in very early. Look at this beauty that you guys see right here. I mean, you see it all, right? And I want to make sure, look at the picture in picture, right? You guys understand that this is the kind of, like, this specific type of move is one of my personal favorites, because imagine if you go back to catching these depressed ones like this. This is where some of the gold is in all trading. Okay, Nick, great question. The way the money machine is with what I am demonstrating here in simulated mode, okay, in simulated mode, there is no additional cost to access the money machine. It is part of a premium subscription. When we launch the component of it that will allow you to trade live, there will be a $2,000 additional charge. And what we're doing there, I mean, I'll tell you, number one, I think we're way undercharging, to be honest, because in reality, $2,000 is zero for real professionals that understand what's going on here and understand what's happening here. That I'm only in $5,000, and the real potential is literally insane. But we're trying to make it so that the early adopters aren't competing with each other as much. So that's what the price is for. And the price is going to go up pretty quickly, but we already have a waiting list. We're probably going to expand it a little bit because a lot of people here have mentioned that they want to be on that list. David, yes, 2,000 annual. Remember, I had this interesting experience where, we got this crazy, like support. We get crazy support stuff. You guys should know that. People are nuts. And trading brings out some crazy mofos. And this guy was like, I wanted the money machine. I needed to make money. You guys are driving me crazy. I want you to go down in hell. We're like, what the fuck? And that's why I want to remind you, like, even though today I'm demonstrating a very successful venture, please understand there is no such thing in the stock market as guaranteed fucking money. I'm using these expletives so that as a accent point, if you think and if you believe, so here's some other, if you think and you believe the money machine was going to do this every single day, please don't buy it, number one. And number two, if you think the $2,000 for a fully self-driving, automated risk management, momentum entry and exit system is a lot of money, also please don't buy it. No, David, there is no white labeling, nobody. We're not interested in that. You know, there's something, it's so funny. I got to tell you guys. People are talking about, Dan, what happens when somebody buys you out for like 300 million, 400 million? And I have to be honest, I'm not interested in any buyouts because I like what I do. Like, I've been doing trade ideas, you guys, for over 20 years. But every day I wake up, I still feel like it's a startup, you know? I still have that startup mentality. I feel like, and I'm just excited. I'm more excited about the current innovation than I ever have about anything that we've done at Trade Ideas. That's what's so cool to me. So that innovative spark, it's thriving. It's more lit now than it has ever been, because what we finally feel like we've broken through here with the money machine is the biggest hurdle, which is the trigger. As you can see, when you turn this on, you will be in things. You will get in. And getting in is the hardest part. And going back to what I said before, get in and sim the shit out of it. Trade around it too. Do some of what I did here. Okay, you know, see other things, explore, see how your own calls compare to money machine calls. Very, very important, because you will do all that together. David, thank you so much. So listen, guys, we're at the end of our hour. I want to finish up by saying what I've said before. We're at the release point now. You guys are seeing it. Be prepared for that email. It's coming. This will only be in premium, but we will give probably a good promo to upgrade from standard to premium for everybody that wants access. It is almost upon us. Okay. It is almost upon us. And I've never been more excited, because I do believe that this is very similar to, at an innovation level, I do believe this is the Waymo Tesla self-driving compared to everything else. This kind of robotic trading is the future 100%, because the thing that people have a hard time doing is clicking, picking. You're looking at charts, you're looking at indicators. The money machine already knows. Automating the trade selection process and risk management is 90% of the game. So I've never been more excited. I'm back from Tahoe, working very, very, very hard. And we're there, you guys. We are there. It's been a long haul, but when you are working hard to push very innovative technology to the forefront, sometimes it takes longer. And a lot of the stuff is stuff that you guys couldn't see because it's on the server side. Again, my apologies, but server technology is a very complicated technology, and it's all behind the scenes. So, all right. You guys, thank you so much. I want to say again that all of you are really our venture capitalists. We are a self-funded company. We've raised zero money. All of our developers are in-house developers in the USA. So we do things unlike what most other companies do. We're a very patriotic, America First company. We love everybody, but we want it made in the USA. It costs us more money to do that, but you guys are the support network that makes it all happen. We are grateful for you. I'm so excited that I can sit here and talk to hundreds of people and they're interested to hear what I have to say. And I love being able to respond in this informal way where you guys aren't like at a TED talk or some other bullshit that everyone, gets put on. This isn't a podcast, although it almost in a weird way is like, to me, it's like a little bit different, right? I guess it's kind of like a podcast, but just me. So once again, I want to thank everybody. Thank you, IQ. I really appreciate this. I appreciate you showing other people. And again, I'm not faking it. You can see what I'm doing. You can see the stocks that I'm in. You can see why I got into them. And the race car drivers are always working on refining everything. Whether it's the banking, the turning, the tires, the lube, everything is a component of peak performance. And this is what we're doing here. We are on the racetrack with you doing the peak performance kind of stuff. You can see what I've done, So this has been about $653 in an hour. And it's almost 1% in an hour based on, $5,000. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So $40,000 invested, almost 1% gain in an hour. And again, I couldn't have predicted that this was going to happen. So, all right, everyone. Thank you again. Love you all. Glad to be back, and I'll be back next Wednesday. But by that time, all of you will have what I have here. And I think we're closing on highs, you guys. Love that. Love it. Have a great day, everyone. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.